We just have to let it get itself together. Okay, here we go. Hello, everybody, and happy 4th of July birthday to America. This is an Australian you might recognize from Down Under. This is Jackie Glazier. This is Eric, boss of GPI. Boss is not the right word. Superstar. Anyways, we are going to do a little Google Hangout, which is a more sort of casual Q&A sesh where we can just really let loose. I chewed gum last time. I just let my hair down. And you guys too will have the opportunity to ask Jackie questions, which is just a really nice chance for everybody to get involved. So first of all, our first question from Gail Andrews is, what advice would you give to a female player just starting out?
Oh, it's a good question. I think a lot of women feel intimidated the first time they start playing, and to leave the comfort of even online play to go to live play and walk into that room full of men is intimidating. But the only advice I can give is just fake it till you make it. Just pretend you're confident, and then it'll grow on you, and you'll definitely become more and more comfortable as the time goes on.
Have a few cocktails, that's all I'm saying. I remember the first time I played, my hand was shaking. I was like, oh my God. Don't worry, it's nothing a little Chardonnay can't fix.
No.
Okay, so last year, obviously, you went super deep in the main event. It was really fun for all of us, just kind of watching you. Can you talk us through a little bit of what that experience was like for those of us who may never experience something like that?
Yeah, it's definitely the deepest run I've had in the main event thus far. I think I have made day 5 and maybe a day 4 previously, but getting to that really that pointy end of the tournament, and you sort of, it does start to, I try not to think too much about the end, like the final table, which is my actual goal at that point. But when you're getting so close to it, it's like, oh my God, this might really happen. And then when you bust, you cry. Or if you're a girl, you cry.
Yeah, you cry. And then also have a lot of Chardonnay.
Yeah, definitely.
Just saying. Definitely. Now, I was just briefly stalking your Twitter before we started, and your hubby, who is also a well-known poker player, you guys might know, Jamie, you said that you went to a seminar where he was talking a little bit about the mental game. What are some things that you gleaned from this gentleman in your mental poker game?
Well, it's good that we had it in the form of a seminar, because at home it doesn't really work for us.
Don't tell me what to do.
Yeah. He tries to talk to me at home and I'm just like, yeah. But I suppose we work a lot on resetting. After a hand. Either, if you get a bad beat or something doesn't go your way and you lose a lot of chips, and just resetting, because the next hand's getting dealt straight away. So it's really important that you're back emotionally on a level that's going to allow you to play your best at every hand. And so we work a lot on that, and we just work a lot on focus at the table and switching on and off. So yeah, it really works well for me.
Well, obviously, you mentioned earlier transitioning from online to live.
Mm-hmm.
It's a whole different ballgame, and I've heard a lot of talk recently about sort of what's happening legally in the Australian online poker world, and whether or not it's just going to continue to be the way it is. Or do you have any insight? Have you heard anything? All these rumors? I don't know. I don't live there.
Pretty much, there's a new rumor every week about what's going to happen, and it just at this point, I just think we take it day by day and see what happens. I think there's no point speculating on what could or might or might not happen. So.
Do you play then in Australia live also? Is there actually like a nice live circuit going on there? I only end up there for the APPTs.
Yeah, well, obviously we have a lot of tournaments there at Melbourne's Crown Casino, so we have Aussie Millions, and we also have the APAC there as well, which is great. And then there is like a smaller, like a tour around the states of Australia at each of the sort of casinos in each state. But and then the local casinos hold their own local tournaments. Annual tournaments and that as well. So I play a few of them, and it just depends on the field numbers and so forth.
Yeah. But mostly you do this.
Mostly I do this.
Mostly I do this on the internet, on the 888.
Yeah.
That's a big deal. And then when did this happen? Last year?
Last year. So I signed with 888 while I was still in the main event, and
Good work on their part.
Yeah.
Somebody was paying attention.
Yeah. So and then yeah, I've been with them so pretty much not quite a year, and it's been a great year, and they've given me a lot of opportunities. Obviously, meant that I went to Paris for the World Series, and then I won the bracelet there as well. So it's like thanks 888.
Good
I
job,
think
guys.
yeah,
Good job.
yeah. So I wouldn't have been there if it wasn't for 888. So I feel like really grateful to have the sponsorship with them.
Well, there's been a lot of talk too, I would say, in the poker world about what it means to be an ambassador for poker, what it means to wear a patch. Does it mean that you need to talk to everybody at the table? Does it mean you have to present yourself in a certain light? What do you feel are the responsibilities of sponsored players in the poker community?
Okay, I have a very strong opinion on this. I feel like, especially in the past, a lot of poker players felt that if they did well in a tournament, or they won something, that it was their right to have a sponsorship.
Right.
I'm totally different. I feel like I'm pretty much employed by this company. This is not my right because I did something good.
You're doing that anyway.
Right.
I'm trying to ship tournaments no matter what.
Yeah, so I think definitely I'm employed by 888, and my job is to be an ambassador for them, and that means that, even on breaks, you might not want to talk to people in the halls of the Rio while you're on your break, but it's just part of the job, and yeah, you suck it up and you do it.
And do you feel now that you actually have a patch on that more people are approaching you and like, oh, who's that? And playing at the table with you, like, oh, we're playing with Jackie.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely more recognized this year than I was last year, and it's, it's really humbling as well. I really love, like, if someone comes up and asks for a signature or a photo from me, I'm like, I feel like, yeah. So it's, I'll never get sick of that. It's like really an amazing experience, and I'm always happy to give advice to other players, or I always want myself to be approachable. It's the sort of person I am in real life anyway, so yeah, I'm not going to change it like around the poker industry.
I can definitely vouch for that. She was one of the first girls that I interviewed where I was like, okay, this is okay. She's ready for me. She's okay. Now, a lot of people in the poker news world, in fact, who stopped. We're talking about you golfing a lot,
right.
repping a lot of golf. Tell us a little bit about how golf has become part of your life.
So I, on Christmas Day, just Christmas that's passed, Jamie plays a lot of golf, and he said he wanted to go out and play some golf in between eating on Christmas Day. It's summer in Australia, so we play sport on Christmas Day. I don't know why. And I said I would go and join him, and we scored, and he said we should get you a handicap and you can start playing. And then it just went from there. I got the handicap, and I was like, it doesn't sound so good. And then I'm very competitive, and so I just go out more and more because I just keep wanting to beat this handicap. Like, it's got me. Like, yeah. But yeah, it's going well, and I'm not terrible, but I do find that maybe my temper's not so good on the golf course. I'm pretty good at the poker tables, but I'm a little bit flighty on the golf course.
Because it's just you know what I mean? You can only blame yourself when things go wrong, and that's really easy to get angry. Okay, so played against Jackie at the Crown, best ambassador ever, made me want to play again. She was so nice. Just wanted to just throw that out there. That's what we need. We need more people who make more people want to play poker, is my opinion, as everyone already knows. The more people want to play poker, the bigger and better this community gets for everyone.
Definitely.
More of these. We need a lot more of these. Well, so do you see golf then still as something for you to, sorry, I'm trying to cross my leg, it's really hard, as something for fun for you guys to do together, or do you think we might see a little bit, since you're such a competitive person, a little bit of these prop bets, a little side action going on in the poker and golf world?
I'm not such a gambler. I know that. I don't really do prop bets, and I'm happy, like, if we're playing, for $1 a hole or something, or a drink.
Sure not. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
But you won't see me like betting, $5K on a hole or anything.
Well, I think you might be a total guy's girl because you golf, you play poker, and then apparently you were just out shooting guns this morning. Tell me about that. I know, everyone knows, like, I'm way into guns, and it's in fact, I compete in guns. I love it, but for people who aren't from America, when they come
Right.
here, it's like, what? This is bananas.
But
Is this your first time shooting?
What better thing to do on the 4th of
Yes.
July, right? It's so American.
Exactly.
So I was like, okay, yeah, 888 spoke to me last night, and they said they would like to film me doing something, fun, and I was like, let's go shoot guns, and it was amazing.
What did you guys shoot? Big boys, little
There was,
boys?
I shot a pistol because I definitely wanted to have that whole Charlie's Angels thing
Yes.
going on.
Yes.
And then I shot some other big,
Yeah.
I don't know what
Which
they were.
can be not as much fun sometimes to shoot. Like
Yeah.
sometimes you get the big gun and you're like, this is gonna be awesome, and then you shoot it once, and you're like, actually, I hope I never touch that again.
Yeah.
You can. I'll take that little pistol back,
Yeah.
please, if you could. And how'd you do?
I think I did all right.
It's super impressive, actually. I think this is what turns women from being like, I'll just mess around to like, I want to shoot. Women are better shots than men, and they're naturally, it's something really strange. I mean, I don't know what will happen under pressure, but naturally women are pretty good shooters. Every woman I've ever taken so far can aim on target and get it. I don't know what it is about us, but
Definitely I was better than Jamie at it.
I don't know what the deal is.
That's not.
And all these guys get in there like, I'm gonna go, but we're like, I'm not sure. Oh, right.
I couldn't work out whether he was shooting at the target in front or somebody
It's
else's.
just not cool.
But
I see what's going on here.
It's true. It is true.
I love it. Really, you're probably every guy's dream. Sorry, Jamie, but really, like this. She does it all. She gets it all done. I can't golf either. I'm pretty impressed. I'll let Eric jump in. Sometimes I just, dominate everything. It's the theory.
No, don't worry.
Probably what.
Just a few from the fans. Stephen by email. Your favorite card game other than No Limit Hold'em, and he says anything goes. Pinochle, whatever.
Favorite card game? Well, definitely. It's not because that's just really
Uno,
boring. Yeah. Did you say or Uno here?
Uno.
Uno.
I thought
You
you
say
were speaking
Uno,
another
you're right.
language.
I am. I'm
Uno.
speaking
I don't
Australian.
think that's a game.
Y-U-N-O. It's a brand new game, right?
Yeah.
Other than poker
Right,
games,
right.
I suppose maybe something like 500.
Very nice. Absolutely. Yeah.
Something with a bit of strategy to it.
I like it. I like 500.
More my thing.
Good
Yeah.
choice. Have you ever played 500?
No. Did you see the
French
look
Canadians
Yeah.
play that all the time. It's
I
a
have
great,
no
it's a
idea.
great Christmas game, Christmas Day game.
I love card games at Christmas. I will say that. What about in the poker realm, but outside of No Limit?
I probably like the high-low PLO, but it's just because
It's
once
fun.
again it's more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Little
did.
gamble.
Yeah, I don't really enter a lot of mixed games, but the
Next.
ones I have entered in, I've done actually. I won one in Australia and one of the ANZPT. I think it was the third one PLO I ever played, and then I came second in an 8 game, and I didn't know any of the games when I sat down. I had to sit down with a friend and have a coffee at the casino before I set up the table, and I came
What
second
is
in
with
that.
that?
Yeah.
I feel
How
like
many
this
times?
keeps happening where people
Yeah.
are like, I actually had no idea how to play Raz, and I just shipped the bracelet. Oh, just as I had no idea that.
I didn't win. I came second,
But still, I'd say those are impressive results for someone who doesn't have any idea. I think I need to get in on those games.
It's that whole confidence thing, just fake it. Like half the time I couldn't work out what made a low hand. Was it to 7 or was it to 8? But I couldn't ask the dealer or anything. Like, no, I'm only playing for the low. And then I'm just like, I'm just re-raising here, and then just pretending that I've got it, and then
Strong.
they fold. Yeah,
Strong.
It works
So you
well.
still did not know if you had it or not?
No.
That's what we need good dealers for. In the end, you just flip them over. It's good, right? Mine are the good ones, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
We have a Mickey on Facebook with a very important question. Your first name, the way it's spelled out.
Okay.
Is there a story behind that?
Yeah, my dad filled out the birth certificate. So, yeah, that was a mistake.
It was?
Yeah, it was a mistake.
That's a pretty good story.
I'm sorry, is your name spelled weird?
So
It
it's
is.
Jacqueline, but it has the K still in.
It's
in
Jack and then Colin.
Yeah. Maybe
Thanks,
it's that
Dad.
tomboy thing, maybe.
Yeah, he was hoping, right?
Yeah.
That's what happens. It just lingers on. People don't realize how effective your name is. Okay, what do you consider your biggest achievement? Last woman standing in the main event, or winning the ladies' event at the WSOP?
Well, I don't consider being the last woman standing to be my greatest achievement at all. Probably, maybe if they rephrase the question, that was it coming 31st or winning the bracelet,
Right.
that probably means more to me. I'm not out there trying to beat other women, so that doesn't, I'm not trying to.
It's a title that's not really like the goal, obviously.
No, and I'm actually,
Unless you're first, and then it's a great thing to hear.
Yeah, and I think I want to be supportive of other women as well. Like, I don't want to go out there just trying to be the last one standing.
Unless you're at the ladies' event.
Right, at the ladies' event. No, that's a different question. I suppose, I don't know. I think maybe coming in 31st might, to me, like, have like that real,
There was a buzz, like a major. I mean, I just remember
cool.
like around that. It's like that every year, I guess. Like around that time, it's crazy to be in the middle of it, and crazy for. I mean, just us watching you. I remember seeing you at the feature table, and like just the sweats, the crazy sweats, and the ups and downs. There's nothing else like it.
And it's such a big field, and it's the biggest tournament in the world. Like, you know, it's the holy grail of all tournaments. And to come 31st in it, while it obviously wasn't a first, I still it's probably something I'm most proud of.
A lot of big names at the end of that tournament too, right? So you were playing, it wasn't an amateur heavy field. It was actually a lot of big pros, Jason Tran, Carlos Warren. So it must have been fun to be playing with them as well.
Definitely. And I mean, over the years, I've probably played with a lot of them anyway. But then when you get a table that's like so stacked heavy with them, it's a totally different game, because then so many less spots. It's like, I'll just go home. Yeah.
And you think you're nervous, but they're as nervous as well, right?
Right, so of course. Yeah. No one wants to be on tables like that.
No, for sure.
And how do you feel coming in this year? Now, after having that experience, do you feel much more prepared in some way, or now that you had a taste, do you even want it a little bit more?
I think as each year goes on, I become more and more confident with my game, because I feel like it does get better each year. So there's that behind me as well, and you learn how to prepare better as well, and just make better choices while I'm here in Vegas, and always try and stay somewhere where like I can not cook so much in the room, but have a fridge with fresh vegetables and so forth in it. So just prepare myself that way, but I'm not putting any extra pressure on myself this year than I have any other year. My goals always the same. It's always just to make the final table of the main event, and then I'll reassess my goals from there. And I've not reached the goal once, but I'm getting closer.
Getting close.
And how long have you been here? When do you usually decide to come?
Got here about the 30th of May, so
pretty much right from the beginning, like a weekend.
Right.
And then you just grind it out.
Yeah.
You do all the, obviously, since you said you're not that much into mixed games, you're doing all the like big sort of no limit events and all the smaller large fields.
Right, so I pretty much just play all the no limit side events up to 5K. So I'm not entering.
And those are the ones with the big prizes up top.
Yeah, I'm not entering the ones for 25K.
Right.
That's still doesn't make sense to me why anyone does that, but I understand that's part of the world. We just wrapped up the $1 million buy-in one. What the jeez was that all about?
And the fields are so tough in those as well. So
crazy.
Yeah.
JD on Twitter asking about poker mentors when you were making your way up the ranks. Any names that come to mind?
Yeah, I've had some coaching along the way. Started off just talking to people. Like, obviously when I started, anyone was good advice. Yeah,
right.
Right. So and then I had some coaching with a young guy from Australia, Brendan Ruby, who's really good online, and he taught me things about like more high variance moves within my game. But I suppose I just have always tried to keep a balance between my style and what I'm learning. But I'm thinking about getting some coaching from another very well-known female poker player, but I think she could really help me.
It's always good, I think, to add in, but I like what you say about making sure you keep your own game, because I've definitely seen it with close friends of mine getting coaching, and then all of a sudden their world explodes, and I think to maintain that little bit of like, this is my style is really key.
And I think too that that's part of the enjoyment of poker as well. I mean, if your game is just this straight down the line technical game that you can't have any fun with, I don't know, I think it would kill the game as well if everyone played like that.
Right.
So yeah, definitely more part of the fun if you can keep some sort of style to yourself.
You bet.
I think we have time for one more.
Just a quick one, and I think we're going to spoil this one. Fab on Facebook, who asked if you were if you were single or not. And we shouldn't be talking about this, but I thought it was a great way to end the show, Sarah.
I think I was actually looking. She's got a beautiful ring over here.
Yeah.
As a woman, that's the first thing I think I noticed on it. I'm like, oh, nice
as a
to
man,
meet
it's the
you.
first thing as well, you know.
Yes.
You're a taking woman.
I'm definitely.
Sorry, Fab. Sorry.
Happily taken.
Unfortunate for me also. I've always had a thing for Jackie, but you know what I mean?
Oh,
Anything
if
can
that's
happen.
Okay.
Anything can happen, guys. We had Lingfield Martin walking down the hallways just recently. We've got Australia taking over the 4th of July here at the Rio. Where are you headed to play now, or this is your free day?
This is my free day.
This is her free day. So we'll catch her in whatever the next thing she is. You can find all of that, of course, right here with us on pokernews.com. I can't not look at myself. I'm like one of those people.